Hello, so welcome to the next stitch in the 50 Stitches Crochet Along. So this isn't really a stitch, it's a technique. And we're weaving strips of double crochet together. So I can get my finger right under there to make this beautiful weed pattern. So it's a double-sided and it's essentially a double thickness. So if I pull that up, you can see the strip under there. This is perfect for making things like hot pads, trivets, things like that. Anything heat resistant you want to protect the surface. So placemats, anything like that. Okay, so how do we make it? It's all made using strips like this. So I'm not actually going to show you how to make one of these, because if you've been following the crochet along so far, you'll know this will be very easy. So you're going to chain 32, and then the fourth chain from your hook, you're going to double crochet all the way down the row, turn, and double crochet all the way back again. Your turning chain counts as a stitch, and you'll have 30 stitches in total in those rows. And you need 12 of these. So I'm just going to fit across like that. And you're using a 3.5mm hook for this one. Okay, so what's the next step? Okay, so here's the next step. We have 12 of them. I've used one of every colour I could find. But this would work good in a single colour or just one or two. Entirely up to you. So, ignore most of them for the time being. Although I will say you might want to have a play around with the layout before you actually join them all together, just because the colour combinations can come out a little bit different to what you think they're going to. So I'm going to start with just one strip across and one strip going down, and they're going to overlay like this as we go, but we don't need to keep hold of them all. So top, and then underneath, one on top, one underneath, and that is how we're going to attach them all. So the strips are all joined together using the single crochet border. So I'm just sorting myself out a standing single crochet here. When the yarn behaves. There we go. Right, so you want a standing single crochet, and we're going to join them both together. So you'll see, of your two rows, one of them looks longer than the other. Now for each of these strips we need to put 5 single crochet. You're going to put 3 single crochet in this long side and 2 in the shorter side. Not really shorter, it's just how it looks because of that turn. So I'll just zoom in there. And so I'm going through the side of one and into the top stitch of the other. And just single crochet. Now I'll pop the stitch marker in there so I can find that in a bit. And then, so it's 3 single crochets to the side of that one, but for every single crochet you just go into the top stitch of the one at the back. And that is how we're just going to join them all the way across. 3, and over to the other row, and 2 more. 1 and 2, and we're going to do the same for 6 of these strips going across. We're not going to worry about weaving in, just get them all attached. So now this one goes on the back, and we're just going to attach that the same way. Okay, so I've now attached all the strips to this blue one. So there's 6 going down, and you got on top, under, top, under, top, under. So you must alternate how you attach them to make sure we get that weaving effect. So now we've got to go across the top. Don't worry about weaving them in at this stage. It's going to be a tangle of strips, but we just need to do the same, going across here, attach the rest of the 5 strips that we got left in the exact same way, and we're going to sort out the weaving as we come down the edge. So I finished attaching. Now I've added an extra, I need to add an extra stitch for the turn, so I'll just zoom back in again for you. So I'm going to add that extra stitch for the turn. And now we need to go and attach the same way. Now this time we're going into the foundation chain. So it's the same way as you would attach the border, so don't worry about it. And just make sure you get a single crochet in every stitch. You might need to keep lifting up and looking to make sure you are getting the stitches in the right place. Okay, but you will get there. Right. And just carrying on as we did before. Okay, so after joining 2 sides, this is what we have. And it looks like an absolute tangled mess. Don't worry, it's all going to come right. So there's my corner. First side, second side. So I'm just going to unfold everything so we can see where we're at, get everything pointing in the right direction. And you can start to see the state of the tangle. Right. So everything's joined, but we haven't weaved anything in yet. And on this third side, this is where we start to do the weaving. So the first strip is done, we've already done that one side. So the next strip is this one. This is when we start the weaving in. So it's going on top of the bottom one, so it's going to go under the green, over the top of the pink, under the yellow, top of the red, and under the purple. So this is where we join. If you want to get them all in place now, you can. I just hold them in place with stitch markers. The strips are quite heavy, so keep hold of it. Make sure it's a very good, sturdy stitch marker. And then you just join it in with everything else. So 1, 2, 3 stitches in that long side, and into the second row of the double crochet we make 2. 1 and 2. And so now I'm going to go and find the next strip and get that weaved in, which is the blue down here. So that goes under the blue. I'm missing one. There we go. Over the green, under the pink, over the yellow, onto the red, and onto the purple. Just give everything a quick check, make sure it's not twisted, because you'll never get it untwisted. See, that pink one's twisted on there. And now I'm going to join the blue, and then I'll carry on and get all the rest of them untwisted, weaved in, and joined across the top. Okay, we're almost there. So now I've just got to attach the original strip we started with at the back, the blue one. This last one can be a bit fiddly. It's because you can't move it and everything's already in place. But it's attached the same way as all the others. 3, 4, and last stitch is in there. It's this last one that's really quite horrible. Because she's just got no room to manoeuvre. And if you have to fudge it a bit, don't be too worried about it. And then we need to add an extra stitch for the turn. And then slip stitch into that standing single crochet. And there we go. That is all the stitches done. I'm just going to pop a stitch marker in there so I don't lose it. If it goes through, there we go. I'll zoom back out. Don't worry if it looks a bit wibbly. If you just give it a good tuck into place. If things are folded up a bit, just unfold them. With a bit of blocking, that will be perfect. And there's the other side. It's a bit wonky in places, but yeah, once it's blocked, that will all come into place. It just needs to settle, and that is weaving weaving with crochet strips, and you get a brilliant double-sided piece. Brilliant for placemats, hot pads if you use cotton. Once blocked, that will look a lot better. Look a lot more like the original. It's a lot more even now it's been blocked. And that is it. So as always, if you have any questions, please do come to the Facebook group. The link is in the description below. I'd love to see your squares. I'm always there to help. And I will see you next time for the next stitch. Bye for now.